We're going to go back to the arts. Simphiwe Ndzube's latest project. It's an exciting development in the art world, particularly given the current turbulence in the industry, both locally and internationally. So his recent body of work, Sophiatown Suite, it's a testament to his innovative approach to art. It's by tracing the legacy of South African jazz through his paintings. Ndzube showcases his unique style of blending African-derived themes, folklore, fantasy, all this to examine and explore the complexities of what it means to be human, right? So Simphiwe joins us virtually to tell us a little bit more about his work. On that note, Simphiwe, good morning. Thank you for joining us at this hour.
Thank you for having me. This is fantastic.
This is fantastic from our end. I mean, the work, it's so deeply rooted, of course, in the messaging that you're trying to convey in adding to our agency. And I wonder, given just your use of your African-derived themes, folklore, as we can see playing out, how does this resonate with the local and with an international audience? The world's watching, right? We've got that magic.
What do I even say? So okay, TV. Sorry, you guys can.
No. You're doing so great. No. Don't worry, Simphiwe. The world. Your work is phenomenal, right? And you're adding to our agency, our storytelling as well. And it's been so well received, both locally and internationally. I wonder if you could tell us, what's that feedback been like since you've launched your work?
So I'm currently working on this project. It's called Sophiatown Suite. And it's a series of new paintings that are combining abstraction and jazz music. And so the excitement just around the new work has been so great. Firstly, because I'm excited about making the work. And so that energy, that South African jubilance is, you don't stress, you just move through things. You can see somehow it's created as a resilience in the way that I create work. So I'm able to transfer that, but also using mythology, history. And right now I'm interested in the memory and remembering of a historical place called Sophiatown. So I'm trying to bring that into LA, thinking about musicians that have actually done both Sophiatown, like Hugh Masekela and Miriam Makeba, and the US. And so trying to get to that energy of music and creation and storytelling.
Simphiwe, your energy is palpable. I can feel it here. And even just the colors, the vibrancies, the textures, the mixed art forms that you're using, it really is coming to the fore based on those images. And the importance of telling that South African story, right? Given the contribution that it's had for our country and for the jazz scene as well, to help us appreciate our own culture a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more about that. What mythology did you use? Why the vibrant colors as well?
So previously, I was more interested in the way we've used magical realism and telling our stories, but also imbuing the element of spirituality and a sense of suspension and the other world, because we do believe in that. In South Africa, we exist both in a world of facts and in a world of spirits. I use that element on the side. And for this new body of work, I wanted to be more direct and inquire more into the history of a particular place and people and real stories. So the imagination comes in the way I use color and abstraction, like in the paintings behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can see that. We're so excited because now beyond what's obviously happening in your studio, it's also exhibiting in galleries like Stevenson. And that obviously takes it to a global audience. It shapes global conversation around contemporary African works as well. What do you think that's also done for our art and the value, how we value and mark ourselves against the world?
I think it's done great.
Yeah.
I would say social media. I'm present on social media. So I know the role I play in the way that I move as an artist, as a South African artist who comes from the township and is now based in Los Angeles, I know that there are young people that are looking at what I'm doing and are taking notes. And so other younger artists, like I've been to Zimbabwe, and younger artists have told me that they're looking at what I'm doing and they're inspired by it. Young guys in Ghana, I talk to artists across the continent that are making work that are able to reach out to me. And we are in these conversations that are like diasporic across the continent in a time when we are able to see and check on who is doing what, with the rise of, again, social media, and also with the focus on African art. We've had such an incredible focus on the continent, Black artists, artists of color, indigenous artists across the globe that are getting such recognition in this time. And in this past 10 years, I would say it has been that the work that curators like the curators that came before us have done to advocate for African art, I think we are seeing that moment of the work that they did coming through. So if I think about Koyo Kuo, who just passed recently, who was curating the Venice Biennale, these are all the signs of this exciting moment that is giving attention and focus to the continent.
Absolutely. I actually wanted to draw on that because you spoke about how artists from Zimbabwe and across the continent, the diaspora, are looking at your work and drawing inspiration. And when you're, looking and scouting around, who is inspiring you at this point? Who are you also learning from as an artist?
Oh, I learn from everyone. I'm like a sponge.
Okay.
So I'm looking at what everyone is doing. At the same time, I make a space to silence everybody else. So I'm looking at my mentors like Peter Clark and Jane Alexandra, but also I'm looking at what artists from the Harlem Renaissance were doing in the time. I'm looking at Gerard Sikoto's painting of the Yellow House in Sophiatown.
Yes.
I'm looking at like multiple sources to get the creative juices flowing. So I'm like I say, I'm like a real sponge. Like I'm always paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, and I mean, that's helping to refine your work, the lines, the textures, the proportions. I mean, this is literally your study. You're bringing us some, work of art, but obviously the work that goes into it, the time as well, that's something that's invaluable. And it's going to obviously solidify our history and our agency. So Simphiwe, I'm going to leave the conversation there. Perhaps in terms of exhibition, where is it all showcasing? How do we also stay in touch as we wrap up very quickly?
So next week, Wednesday, we are opening a exhibition in my studio in Los Angeles in Highland Park.
Okay.
And so for the first time, we're changing the model. Instead of showing at the gallery, we bring the show at my studio. So whoever's in LA or have friends, tell your friends about this, reach out on social media, we'll make it happen.
Okay, thank you.
Next week.
All right, Simphiwe, next week, Wednesday, that's happening. Perhaps we can get a ticket to Los Angeles. Simphiwe Ndzube there chatting about his innovative approach of art, blending African-derived themes, folklore, fantasy. That's now garnered significant attention in the world of art. And of course, we're wishing him all the best of luck as he flies the flag high there for us.